Hey, it's Tom. Welcome to another edition of Page Turning Tuesdays. I'd also like to say happy Valentine's Day to all the lovers out there. Oh, behave, baby. Yeah! So we're reading from chapter 14 in book 1. Let's pick it up. And we're just listening to Charlie sing, which was hilarious. While Mom is getting ready for a night on the town, Charlie will stand in front of the mirror, strike various poses, and say something silly like, "It's the Is," a nickname derived from his last name, Isabella. He'll do a spin and then catch his reflection in the mirror and appear genuinely impressed. "The is in the house." Or he'll walk by the mirror, do a double take, and proclaim, "Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the is." I've never considered Charlie to be particularly good looking, but he certainly has personality, confidence, and a heart of gold. Personally, I would have preferred Charlie to be less of a drifter. I don't like that he lives in a shack on Olive Drive, literally on the other side of the tracks, or that he drives a beat-to-shit car he calls the Midnight Rambler. I don't like that he does odd jobs and sells firewood for money. On the other hand, whenever he does have cash, he never hesitates to spend it on us. We take regular trips in the bus to Giuseppe's, his favorite pizza parlor in Vacaville. We get to know him. We get to know and take a liking to many of his friends, like Jim Keeler, who takes us into the country and lets us shoot his pistol into old railroad ties and dig out the bullets with his buck knife. Gary Yoder comes over to sing and play guitar. Jack and Jill Hill, the Harry twins, visit often. They like to get drunk and high and dance naked on the patio. My brother, sisters, and I are rooting for Charlie to become our mother's one and only man. Stacks of Charlie's records migrate their way into our house. We love listening to his music and hearing inside stories about the industry, how musicians, singers, mixers, producers, promoters, and record labels are constantly crossing paths. Charlie makes it also real because he was there. He shows us a Blue Cheer album with his name on it. He's listed as a producer. He's still connected with people in bands and in the recording industry. He explains the studio recording process and how it differs from live performances. He's met Sonny and Cher, Dave Mason, Eric Clapton, Mike Pinder, Jeff Beck, Grace Slick, Neil Young, Frank Zappa, and more. I ran into Elton John in San Francisco in the Haight, he says. He was on a buying spree and asked for my opinion on a slick fur coat he was trying on. I told him he looked far out, like a tranquilized sea cow. Elton thought that was funny. Then he told me to fuck off in a nice way and bought the jacket. Charlie is overflowing with great stories. We listened to Led Zeppelin, The Stones, David Bowie, The Who, and less-known groups like Humble Pie, Leon Russell, Stoneground, Earthquake, and C-Train. He knows all about the British invasion and how bands from San Francisco differ from those in LA and New York. He shares tragically hip stories about musicians who have died of drug overdoses, suicides, and reasons unknown. Charlie makes it also glamorously disastrous and entertaining. My sisters and I also love the album art. We study every square inch, front and back, sitting so close together that our heads touch. Sometimes after working hard cutting firewood in the almond orchards, Charlie will come home, take a shower, and sit on the couch while Shelley and Chris and Molly pamper him. One stands in back, raking their fingers through his wiry hair, while the others sit next to him, massaging his arms and hands. Charlie sinks further into the couch, blissfully relaxed. It was during one of these in-home spa treatments when he opened one eye for me and briefly said, "I'm glad we evolved from apes." You know what I mean? And I did know. Charlie is our hairy alpha male gorilla, getting groomed by his troop. Eventually, Mare stops dating other men and finds herself in a serious relationship with this silly man. Charlie moves in with us. He didn't have that much more to move in because most of it was already there. Now that everyone has accepted him into our family, our mother is exceptionally happy, and so are we. Charlie is beyond happy. He's ecstatic. Every moment he spends with us is his version of heaven. For the first time since John moved out, it feels like we're a family again. This feeling is strengthened even more when we hear that our grandpa is flying in from Cincinnati to visit us for a week. "Why isn't Grandma visiting too?" Molly asks our mother. Her response is extremely open and to the point. "Your grandma needs a break from your grandpa. They're thinking about getting a divorce. getting a divorce and he wants to spend some time away to get a fresh perspective. Airports, even if you were just picking someone up, were semi-formal venues then. We put on nice clothes, take our spots on the bus, and Charlie drives us the back way to the Sacramento airport, which is really in nearby Woodland. My mother wears perfume, but the scent is lost on all the pot and cigarettes that we smoke along the way there. And yeah, I've got a picture. This is on my website too. I've got tons of pictures. If you don't follow me in social media, you should, just because it's ridiculous how many pictures I've scanned. So Mayor's holding a cigarette in so many of these pictures, so that's just a sign of the times. I think we'll cut it off there. And again, happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you. We're almost done, and then we'll have a new thing to do on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, but we'll start a new thing. But we got to finish this book first, and we're getting close. So thanks for tuning in. See you next time.